Sentiment Analysis on Roe v. Wade by Tyler Wolff, Sai Tiha, and Nabila Abdul-Wahid.
On June 24, 2022, the United States Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, which was the constitutional barrier to allow for the legalization of abortion. People expressed their thought on social media about the Supreme Court decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. Since the response to the decision is highly based on personal opinion, we are hoping to capture the sentiment of each of the Twitter user within the dataset. The purpose of this project is to use sentiment analysis technique to determine whether a given text contains negative, positive, or neutral emotion based on a Twitter feed in response to the Supreme Court decision. Our business objectives are to generate the result about how people feel about the Supreme Court decision instead of a simple count of mentions or comments. To understand the general sentiment of large group upon the Supreme Court decision. Data science objectives are to see the overall sentiment of the population for the Supreme Court decision using individual personal opinion via their social media posts.
Research on sentiment analysis has existed since the 1990s. In 2004, there were just a handful of articles about sentiment analysis. According to the article by Algren, there are over 600 articles now on sentiment analysis. It is a fast-growing research area in computer science, and it is challenging to keep track of all the activities in the area. Our project is unique in that we use discussion forums, news articles, and website reports, whereas a majority of articles in sentiment analysis only use research from Twitter and Facebook, which doesn't really capture the full public opinion analysis in certain topics. And another way that our topic and research is unique is that we intend to expand the lexicon of positive and negative words, as well as using different types of emojis and include meta opinions and different points of view when conducting sentiment analysis.
Our planned methodology. We're going to look at things such as subjective classification, and we're going to look at Twitter user views, perspectives, positive or negative thoughts, emotional comments or opinions about Roe v. Wade. Additionally, we're going to look at our objective classifications. We're going to use tools such as lexicon and machine learning. And using those tools, we will be able to do a complete data science project that will produce a result telling us the sentiment analysis of the Roe v. Wade on Twitter. And ultimately, we'll take that, everything we get back, and we'll turn it into a Flask application that will be easy for the end users to go through and very quickly see the results of our project. Sentiment analysis can be essential to having real-world impact. Depending on the project, the impact will range. The first thing we're going to need to do during this project is to clarify our key evaluation metrics. We need to see exactly what we're looking at to evaluate how effective our overall analysis of model works. Things such as your accuracy, precision, recall, F1 score. We're going to look at all those and see which is the best way to move forward in evaluating the accuracy. Additionally, you're going to look at things such as the pro-life group versus the pro-choice group. The Roe v. Wade case as a whole has pinned those two groups against each other. And the impact that we could take from this analysis is deciding whether a social crisis is on our hands. We can take the data that we get back and look at the evaluation and then be able to tell, is there something that's going to be done to prevent some kind of social crisis from breaking out between the two groups? Because that is the last thing that we want. in our country, and is to have two groups against each other on that magnitude.